Hello, how is everyone today? This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be your Soul Weather weekly forecast, where we're just going to pull a few cards to see what this week's message has for us in store for us. And this is a general message that is timeless, so whenever you find it, you were meant to find it. So we're going to go ahead and pull one oracle card, which I feel this kind of sets the tone of the overall message. Kind of is a precursor in a way. Sets the tone, or sets the stage, I should say. Okay. You're really making me shuffle today. So wherever you are in the world, I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful Memorial weekend. I know where I'm at, it's a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. The sun is shining, which is better than I can say for what it's been the last couple weeks. So it's kind of really nice. So we have 51 moonlight. What I'm getting off of this though is, you know, this fairy down here, she seems like she's almost like crying under the moon. Like she's really sad about something, down and sad about something. And I'm being drawn to, this is something that could come out in this next full moon time, even though this is for this coming week. It may be something that starts coming about, you know, now and goes on into the full moon, you know, like if you think of the moon cycles as a cycle, and usually during the new moon is when you want to, you know, birth ideas and start things on that monthly cycle, you know, of when the moon goes from the new moon all the way around to the full moon and then back to the new moon. The full moon is kind of when you sort of reap what you sow that you planted at the beginning of the month or at the new moon stage. And so it's kind of birthing that into fruition where it becomes full and you see it, you know, materialize, you know, at the full moon. You know, it's that kind of the harvest season. If you think about like the year as a cycle, even though time isn't necessarily linear, but if you think about the year and all the seasons that we go through, you know, you plant and birth things in the spring, knowing that you're going to harvest them in the fall. And then you're, you know, during the winter time is a time of reflection when we enjoy the fruits of our harvest, you know, what, and reflect on what we want to do in the coming year. When the spring comes around, what, you know, that's that time of really reflecting and thinking about what we want for the coming year so that we can start that cycle all over again. And the lunar cycle is kind of the same thing, but on a smaller scale than the yearly one. So this is the emoji card that wants to come out for this week. And that actually it is picking up almost on that energy that I was picking up off of that moonlight card. I think that the full moon, like I said, is this time, this week, leading into the next full moon. There's going to be some stuff coming up, and I think it's going to be some stuff that we're going to be contemplating, thinking about. Oh yeah, Five of Swords. First card out with the Hangman. Yeah. So it's something that's heavy on our minds that it may just be starting to weigh on us. So something that we've done, said, we'll get more when we clarify on what this might be around. But Five of Swords, you know, talks about almost a self-sabotage or being up in your head, kind of, it can talk about your fears, regrets, things that stand in your way, things that you think about that keep you from doing something in your life, you know, or doing that hold you back. It's kind of like almost like the limiting beliefs in a sense. And then with this hangman, you know, the hangman is trying to change our mindset. It's going upside down so we can see things from a different angle, a different way of viewing things. And especially if we're up in our head, like if we have done something and we are regretting it, then, you know, it's like kind of that learning process, you know, a little bit with the hangman. It's like, how could I do something differently than the way I've done it in the past? How can I change something to make the outcome different than the outcome I got before? So it's kind of that, a little bit of that type of energy. Can I get one more card, please? One more card for this week's soul weather. Okay. So, this is really telling me that this is maybe around, and I'm not going to say that this is necessarily a love relationship. It's around relationships in general. So this could be any aspect of your life at all, and it's around that with the Six of Pentacles coming out as our final card. It's that kind of reciprocity. How much do we give into situations, and how much do we get back? It's really evaluating that give and take of our energy and of our time, you know, because Pentacles talk about time and value, you know, like value in the sense of, a lot of people think, you know, Pentacles, money, time, it's value. It's are we getting anything of value that's physical and tangible? Because Pentacles talks about something that's tangible. So it's like, how much have we been giving? I feel like with this Five of Swords, we feel like we have been giving to a situation more than we have been getting out of it. Or we have not given to a situation that we should have, maybe as well. And there could be some regrets, because I was picking up on an energy of regret off of that Moonlight card, and I said as much. And so there may be a situation, and you're going to have to apply this however it resonates for you, because I see it both ways, you know, that some people could be, you know, up in their head that Five of Swords because they feel like they have given too much to a situation, and it's caused them a little bit of stress because they don't know what to do and how to change the dynamic, which is why they're in this hangman. And then on the other flip side of this, it could be that, you know, you have not given to a situation, and because you have not equally given to someone, you're sitting in regret and trying to figure out how you can balance things out and make things more fair. So it can be either the flip of the coin. And I think that we're going to be working on sitting in this hangman, trying to figure that out. And I have a feeling we're probably going to be seeing, you know, maybe some physical evidence of what we figure out while we're in that hangman energy, you know, as we get closer to the full moon. I think this is an evaluation period that we're kind of undergoing. And that's, you know, that's one of the things I a little bit with Mercury retrograde, it makes us look at things, you know, it makes us look at things from our past, and we revisit things, and we look at how we could do something differently. It's why there's a lot of times that nostalgia that comes up during Mercury retrograde forces exes to come back to us and try again, because they think, oh well, maybe we can make this work this time. Maybe something will be different. Maybe we can change things. And maybe during retrograde, you tried to make something work with someone and it didn't. It didn't go the way that you wanted it to. And that's actually coming out with this Fool. I'm guessing, for some people, there's this energy of, yeah, I'm really picking this up that I'm on point with this, is that if you're a person that during the retrograde you tried to revisit something, you tried to get something started again, whether it be in a relationship or another dynamic in your life, where you decided to give something another chance, because you were having some nostalgia and you thought that, oh, let's see if I can do this again. And so you were that Fool, because I have the Fool, the Sun, and the World that is clarifying this Five of Swords. So it's something that you took a risk on, you took a chance because you thought that it was going to make you happy, but in reality, that wasn't the case. It didn't. It's something that didn't make you happy. Or you thought it would, but that wasn't the circumstance when it actually came about. And then on the Hangman, I have the King of Cups, the Emperor, interesting energies. And this really ties back to that giving, what I was talking about the giving, and the Queen of Wands. So I am going to say this, that if this is a relationship dynamic, a romantic relationship dynamic, which could be with this Hangman energy of, I'm getting, the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups, that this could have been a romantic situation that, it wasn't paired well. And with that Emperor kind of sitting in between, I see, Emperor takes action, but the Emperor also can be, want to control things a bit as well. And I apologize if the video got a little bit dark there. I'm filming in a room that is mostly, the lighting is mostly sunlight and the sun just went behind a cloud. But, with this Emperor here, I'm really feeling that, like there was a little bit of ego that got in the way, a little bit of, I'm really picking up on someone that maybe, went into a situation not a complete full plan, especially considering, we had the Fool here, which is taking that risk. And because of that, they jumped in feet first without a solid plan. And it didn't, the results didn't pan out quite the way that they thought it would, because they tried to control the narrative. They had this idea of the way it was going to go. So kind of like setting your expectations, and then your expectations aren't what reality ends up being, is what I'm really picking up on. And because of that, it kind of throws us into that Hangman. If this isn't a romantic relationship for you, if this isn't a romantic situation, this is still something that I'm still picking up that energy of almost that expectations of taking action without having a full plan, like just having the desire and passion to go after something that you thought was going to make you happy, but not really having that grounded, stable plan. And because you jumped into it, and I feel that there is that aspect of trying to control the narrative a little bit. Like I said, wanting things to meet your expectations, and because it didn't meet your expectations, or it didn't have the desired outcome that you hoped it would have, things kind of, the walls crumbled a little bit, which is why we're in that hangman. And I think, you know, as we go into the Six of Pentacles, it's really talking about, you know, like maybe we didn't come with the best intentions or the best energy. Maybe we didn't, maybe we were met with resistance because we didn't invest the time before, and we didn't have a plan on how to make this stable, and make this an equal give and take and balance out the situation. It was just a hope and a desire and a dream to kind of hope that this was going to happen, you know, in the way you thought you would. Which makes sense why we would be in that Five of Swords energy, where it's like that, you know, like I said, kind of self-sabotaged it because we had expectations and the expectations weren't met. And it just kind of threw everything for a loop. And when we have expectations, then that can lead to disappointment. You know, it can definitely lead to disappointment. And that disappointment can lead to feeling like things are unjust or unfair, or that, you know, that we weren't treated the way we wanted to be treated. And so because of that, yeah, we got left out in the cold. We felt like we were almost the beggars, you know. It's almost that beggar energy of feeling like, you know, please give me your time and attention, or please, you know, this is something that I want. It comes off as that kind of a little bit of beggar energy, because there was that expectation there. It was that really that want and desire to make something happen, and expecting the other person or the situation, whatever it was, to pander to, or meet your expectations. And when that didn't happen, then it kind of led to slowing things down quite a bit, and made us feel like we weren't getting what we deserved. Like we almost had to beg for what we wanted, and that's not what we wanted. You know, we didn't want to be in that kind of energy, because we were trying to be in this Emperor energy, and that didn't quite go our way. And that's because, you know, it was an Emperor with that Queen of Wands. You know, it's that kind of an energy of, you know, being impulsive, being that risk taker. You know, the Emperor does take action, but the Emperor likes to control things, likes to have things their way, you know, likes to do things a certain way. And I'm really picking up on expectations that weren't met, and that led to disappointment. Yeah. And then, so to clarify the Six of Pentacles, I have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. So it got us in that, you know, that defensive energy where we felt like we had to stand our ground. We had to, you know, I'm really picking up pride off of that Seven of Wands, like, defend, where you have to defend your point of view, defend your pride and ego, because you took a chance and you took a risk on something, and you're, you know, you had certain expectations and they weren't met. And when those expectations weren't met, it led to, you know, feeling like you had to defend yourself, defend your pride, defend your ego, and that bumped us into, gets us into this energy of self-sabotaging the outcome, and puts us in this hangman, which is, the focal point of this read is that hangman energy. So I have a feeling that we'll see what comes out next week, but I have a feeling that this hangman energy, I was picking up with this moonlight card, that it's going to be, this is something that we're going to be contemplating our actions, the actions that we took. And I feel like this is maybe something that has already happened. But as I said, this is a timeless reading, so everybody's kind of on different timelines. So this this situation may or may not have happened for you. It can happen at any time. So, this is definitely something we've all experienced, but I have a feeling for, if this resonates for you, this is something you're going to be contemplating, like your feelings on how this all played out, and trying to get a new perspective, or try a different way, or learn. I'm almost picking up a kind of learning a lesson from what happened in the experience, and either I don't necessarily feel like this may be revisiting this again in the future, but I feel like this time frame is going to be really diving into understanding your actions, and the actions you took, and the consequences of those actions, and seeing how you could have done things differently is what I'm really picking up on. And I feel that's going to kind of be something that's going to be in the energy until the full moon, is what I'm really picking up on. So that's what I have for you this week. I hope this message resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I do several readings, about 3 different types of readings every week, and then I have started doing readings for each zodiac sign for each month, as a month overview. So please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you join me. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch this. I wish you the best. Joy, love, and light.